Nothing reported in terms of
Offense tough to come by in this homestand. I mean, what do you think sort of been the reason behind that?
Pardon?
Offense seems to have been tough to come by in this homestand. What's been the reason behind it?
Well, we've been shooting enough pucks. We've been doing all those things. They're not finding the back of the net. We're just sort of dry. We got a lot of dry players who haven't scored in a while. And look at the stats; it shows that. So, we haven't been able to get it on the power play. We haven't been able to get it 5-on-5. And so, it's tough to win hockey games. When we get 3 goals, we won our hockey game. And in the other games, we either got 1 or we got 0. So, I obviously the Winnipeg was we got 2 there, but that was a game that we probably played extremely well. This is the first, I would say, the first game where obviously it was a microcosm of 3 games. I thought the first period we were by far the better team. Second period they were by far the better team, and even the first 10 minutes of the second they were better. When Stolberg took the double minor, it sort of changed the whole tone of the game right there. It got some momentum, zone time that ground us down a little bit, and that sort of to me was a momentum changer right there.
Bobrovsky, guys obviously won a Vezina Trophy. I mean, what makes him such a difficult goalie to score?
Well, he competes on pucks. He's very technically sound. He's tight, and he's athletic. And above all that, the great ones tonight. It was a great goaltending performance on both ends, really. They both are able to track the puck. Connect the dots, if you will, how the puck's coming off, where it is through the screens and things like that. And both are really good. I thought, Pex hasn't had a lot of work since he's come back, but tonight he got a lot, and he was really good, and he gave us a chance. And we were hanging around just because of good goaltending of Pex after the first period. They were really strong and kept coming in waves. And as I said, I thought the double minor sort of turned the whole momentum of the game at that point. So. And we just couldn't find the back of the net. Even at the end, we hit a post and we had a loose puck in the crease, and we swipe out it and miss it. So we're not scoring goals, and there's you can look individually up front. We've got some guys that have been pretty dry, point wise and goal wise.
There was about a 6-minute stretch or so where Seth didn't play in the second period. What was sort of the reason behind that?
Well, no, there wasn't any reason. Probably situational. That's more Phil was working the D, and we had matchups, and they're all situational. So there's no reason why he has to play or sit out. So there's reasons. If he sits out 6 minutes, I got forwards to do that. So
there's a lot of talk lately about advanced statistics and PDO being one of them. But does luck ever play a factor in it? Do you think lately it has been?
Yeah, lately a little bit, yeah. But yeah, you look at zone times and chances and shots and all those. We've probably been pretty good. Other than this, probably one of our worst games. If you're doing that, it's great. The stats are great, but there's only one stat that really counts when it comes down to it is how many goals you score and how many you give up. And right now, we're doing a good job not giving up a lot of goals. If there's a positive, the Pecoranis, playing, getting back to the form, and he's back in our lineup. The negative is our power play hasn't scored, and our 5-on-5 0, really getting no production from any of our forwards. So there's a lot of blame to go around. In terms of this homestand, we've been at home, we've been playing well. We had some really good teams come through here, but we haven't found the back of the net enough to be on the positive side, and therefore the compete level is pretty good. I thought today was the one game I thought that in some areas they're a bigger team up front. I didn't realize how big they are. They got a couple guys that are scooters and are pretty stocky, but they're a big heavy team. When you're at ice level, you realize how much bigger they are than you normally see. They wore a D down. They wore some of the forwards down. They played a hard game, and they played desperate. They're in a playoff hunt, and they're right there, and they played very, very desperate. So I thought we did in the first, and I thought we did in our penalty killing, we were desperate. The guys are diving and blocking and doing all those type of things. Second efforts were there. And they wore us down a little bit tonight. I give them credit for that.
When you guys are healthy and at home, I mean, it tends to be a recipe for points. Does that make this even more disappointing, is the fact you guys have been healthy?
It is. I mean, we've been a little bit above 500 at home, and you know, just a hair under 500 on the road. So it really hasn't made that big of a difference. It usually in past years, this has been a really tough place to come into and get points, and it still is. I mean, every coach comes out of here going, man, that was a grinding, hard game. You guys are hard to play, but we haven't got any wins. So, you know, obviously they're leaving a little more happy than I'd like them to leave. And it's you know, maybe the recipe is to go on the road. We've been home for a month, and that should help us. And you know, there's a lot of stuff that we got done, you know, putting us in a position that where we can get some points. But you know, the one area where we dried up was in the offense that we do create. It's getting dried up a little bit right now.
Okay.